my covers up to my chin so that he wouldn't know I had been listening when he came in to check on me, his baby girl. But he never came. Instead, his heavy footsteps moved closer to the front door. When it creaked open and no movement could be heard, I foolishly thought that meant he had remembered me and he would come back my way. That in his anger he had temporarily forgotten me, but just then remembered he had a beautiful baby girl who loved him. A few moments passed, and now I knew it was likely a stand-down, where he looked to my mother to see if she would change her mind. Where his eyes communicated, if I walk out that door, I'm never coming back. But she must have stared right back at him, unmoved and unaffected, because eventually he left. The door shut, and that was the end of him being my daddy. After that, he was just my father, the man who helped create me.
2. Rashaad. When are you going to grow up and do something with your life? I'm doing something with my life, Dad. No, living off my money is not doing something with your life. It's Mom's money, the money she left me. The line went silent, and I used this time to put my baby in her case, the very same instrument I purchased with some of the money my mom left me. It may have costed an easy 10 G's, but it was the best investment I ever made. I've created some of my best music on this beauty. It could be that every time I touched my guitar, I felt soothed and clear-headed. And that's why my PS14 CE V-Class Grand Auditorium acoustic electric guitar, with solid sinker redwood with solid figure Tasmanian blackwood sides and back, is my baby. After she was secured in her case, I grabbed my wallet off the side table next to the dark blue textured love seat I ordered from IKEA, along with a few other things to make my stay here comfortable. The old but newly renovated apartment had a lot of personality and truly didn't need a lot to make it home, but I had no plans to stay long enough to do that. So, a few things here and there would have to do. To be honest, I did more for this apartment than I usually did in my temporary leases, and who knew why? But I didn't fight the instinct I had to do a little more here than ever before. I wondered what my silent father would feel about that. He finally found his voice. I'm sure she didn't think this is what you would do with it. Gallivanting all around, playing music, never laying down roots. How would you know? She wanted me to be free, right? To make my own way and have the money to do it? Well, that's what I'm doing. He sighed, and I could picture my 60-year-old father, big and burly as a bear, wondering how to bring me around to his way of thinking. Here he was, a multi-millionaire with thousands of people relying on his decisions to pay their bills, having trouble getting his only son to do the only thing he wanted from him. Be like him. Wasn't going to happen. But what is that music playing doing for you? If you needed to, could you live off of that alone? Can you take care of yourself and a family in the future? Who said I wanted a family? That's your dream, not mine. It's the dream of any father and a mother. He kept bringing up my mom, knowing she was a sore subject for me. A woman as beautiful as the sunset, but gone too soon. Gone before I could know her. Well, you can keep your dreams. I have my own. Look, is there anything else? I heard him take a deep breath. No, Rashaad. I'll talk to you later. His voice was one of resignation, and for a split second I felt guilt for having raised mine against him. I should always be prepared for these talks. Our calls came like clockwork. Friday morning is when he went into the office later, so he called me and chatted with me about how much of a disappointment I was before he moved on to more pleasant things. I guess he could tell my patience for whatever else he had to say wasn't there. Have a good day, Dad. You too, son. I pulled my earbuds out and put them away in their case and left out my apartment. I left my baby sitting on my kitchen counter to avoid it sitting in my car while I ran around. I could always swing by and grab it when I was done. I still had a few errands to run before I went into the club I would be playing.